staring at you. So I'm crazy. Watch you bend that back for me. We won't stop. Got your feet both locked. You get to fly with me. I can take you down for a ride. I take you around my life. Jaywalking, crosswalking, lip locking, but you, I know it, you know it, we make it. So I'm crazy. Oh my baby, got me staring at you. So I'm crazy. Watch you bend that back for me. We won't stop. Got your feet both locked. You get to fly with me. I can take you down for a ride. I take you around my life. Jaywalking, crosswalking, lip locking, but you, I know it, you know it, we make it. show. Look through the peephole, everybody geek, yo. Need to get girl with an extremely deep. See 6 midgets that be fighting, juggling. Maybe it's just me, cause my mind is struggling. Babes, boyfriend is acting like a clown. Know what's going down every time that we are down. Take a look through the peephole, yo. Everybody's getting geek, bro. Stop the hate and let them neeks know that we turn the club into a freak show. Turn the club to a freak show. Turn the club to a freak show. Turn the club, yeah, we turn. Eating rotten apples, dirty bass that be coming at you. Roller coasters like a supernova. I'm the ringmaster, this my tabernacle. See you screaming, I'm like, what for? Oh, you pop? Yeah, I got pop. All right, welcome everyone. We're just getting underway here with Vortex, their first band coming up, and my name is Escapist, and I'm joined here today by my Steez OP.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, heading into Champ Select here. I'm assuming we see the Akali go out first. That's not surprising against Babs at this point in time. Let's see. Aurelia, also a good ban. Should probably just be perma-banned in practically every game. Let's see. Followed up by the Misfortune ban against Spectacular. Thinking about this second ban here, and it's going to be Xayah.
Sharpening my feathers.
Take that away from my glory. Taking away half of that Xayah Rakan duo, hopefully to limit their options in the bottom lane for Guardians. Or for Vortex, I mean.
Yeah, it looks like we're actually going to see Kurama coming back to play for Vortex this series. Sandillion was filling in for him, I believe, the past 2 series.
Yeah, that's right. I watched that Sandillion game where he was on the LeBlanc just abusing the poor Ahri in lane.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't end up winning the game, but it was definitely a rough go for the opposing mid laner on that one. I was surprised that the LeBlanc ban, in all honesty, didn't come through. I wouldn't be surprised if they prioritized it early. Just such a strong champion right now.
Yeah, definitely.
Looking for the Sivir takeaway. I believe that iGlory has been playing a lot of utility champions like Sivir in the past couple games as well, so took away the Xayah Rakan, possibly. They also took away the Sivir. It's going to be interesting to see where they go in the bot lane here. But on top of that, we also have the Xin Zhao pick, which is one of the best early aggressive junglers in the game right now. Okay, Graves pick versus the Xin Zhao. Interesting interactions with the ults there. That Urgot in the top lane too. It's going to be quite oppressive. But there goes the Lissandra. And in my experience, I believe that Lissandra is actually one of by far the best picks into LeBlanc. So that could just be a preemptive counter pick there to an aggressive mid lane champion in LeBlanc.
Yeah, that makes sense for sure. And Victor's still up as well, so we'll see if that gets banned away here or if anyone wants to pick that up.
Very true. Looks like they have Scion for the top lane possibly already on Guardians, but we got the Braum ban. Echo. So limiting the support pool for Vortex, but also limiting the mid lane options for Babs. The brand. Is that a Loker special, the brand? Is that a
Yeah, I'm not really sure actually, but that would make a lot of sense.
But the final ban is the LeBlanc. They already have mid lane picks, so are they just gonna go mid laner here and leave the support? Yeah. And it looks like it's gonna be the Swain. Oh. Yeah. Hovering the Vayne. I mean, not gonna say that I hate it.
Yeah, that would certainly be interesting.
The Jinx, oh my. That would be even more ambitious than the Vayne, I think.
I think though traditionally that has been a good counter to the Sivir because she's not really able to spell shield much.
Yeah, very true. Really just walking through the traps, the W maybe every now and then if they can get around the minions.
Uh-huh.
But ending it with Nami, one of the most aggressive support champions in terms of poke and lane dominance though. Interesting. And then Rakan Sivir. I can tell you from personal experience, Rakan into Jinx is just nightmare for the Jinx.
Yeah,
that is just horrible, horrible time. He's definitely going to have to get the QSS pretty early into the mid game if he wants to stand any chance of staying alive in team fights.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Let's see. On the side of Guardians, we got a couple tanks, aggressive jungler, some utility, engage. They got a little bit of everything. I like the way that their comp is looking.
Yeah, so Guardians definitely having a lot of options for engage and peel and utility and whatnot. What do you think the win conditions are for Vortex, though?
Yeah, I was just thinking about that myself. Looking at the win conditions, I mean, they got to get ahead early with this Jinx, maybe get ahead early with the Urgot. They just need someone to be the front line for that team. So you either have to get the Urgot really far ahead early so he can actually tank the damage on the side of Guardians, or you have to get the Jinx so far ahead that she doesn't need a front line. I mean, I just don't see where they're really going to be able to beat this Guardians team in a team fight. It's going to be a tough play. They're going to have to pick off the Sivir really early, and even then they still have a lot of engage, disengage, and damage on the side of Xin Zhao. Scion and Swain, all of them have ridiculously high base damages on their levels. Just basic levels, no items.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can tell you for sure one thing that Vortex can't do. They cannot fall behind early. Because if they fall behind early, it's going to be real tough to claw back in versus this team that the Guardians have put together.
Uh-huh. I think maybe another possibility is that if Rexalis does manage to isolate himself well enough versus the Scion in the side lane, he might be eventually able to start to be a thorn in the side of Guardians as time goes on, and maybe even knock down structures by himself, but that's certainly going to be a difficult task for him because his team's going to have to play fairly safe in the 4v4, it seems.
Yeah, I agree with that. The Urgot is definitely a lane bully when it comes to melee matchups.
Yeah, Scion actually pretty good pick into Urgot nowadays, though, because Scion is considered fairly safe versus Urgot. Urgot has a difficult time in the early game, actually poking him down, but as time goes on, it does start to look like Urgot gets more favored.
Definitely. Let's see, but with the Urgot losing lane, or, you know, getting poked out a little bit versus the Scion in the early levels, maybe that's where Xin can look to possibly tower dive if they can get in there early enough.
Yeah.
I mean, Lissandra, she's actually one of those great wave clear champions. You basically just rush pen boots and like CDR, and you can spam the Q like every 2 seconds. It's kind of disgusting when it comes to wave clear, and it just gives you so much priority when it comes to the jungle and the side lanes. So it's going to be interesting to see if they can use that early aggression on the top side while still avoiding, you know, Lissandra maybe creeping up there for a counter gank with the Graves. And we're about to head into it looks like.
Yeah, and if you're just joining us, guys, thanks so much for joining us. This is Vortex versus Guardians of the Rift, Game 1 of the Best of 3 series. Vortex coming into this series 4 and 3 and trying to hang on to that 6th place in the standings. A win here would help solidify their playoff spot. Actually, I think it would actually cement their playoff bid. And Guardians of the Rift needing this series win as well, because if they go down, they would be eliminated from the playoffs.
Yeah, this is definitely a must-win for Guardians of the Rift here, obviously. I believe I saw something in the Discord where they were saying that they had about a 15% chance, I believe it was, of making the playoffs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I wonder
so
that's
definitely on the lower side, but a chance nonetheless.
Yeah.
Rocking the Odyssey Jinx skin as well. New Jinx skin.
Oh, yeah, nice border as well.
Alright. It's going to be very interesting to see what they do level 1 here. Versus Xin, I mean, I personally would definitely like to invade and get vision on him. Try to figure out his jungle pathing so you can stymie that early aggression.
Yeah.
They got the Nami too. They could definitely cheese depending on whether she ends up starting with the E or Q if they decide to invade. Pick up a free kill maybe. I like the cheese that they pulled in the previous game. I believe it was Vortex. She's the baby sharks level 1. Burn the ignite. See if they maybe cheese them again. Alright. And we're off.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Yeah, so it looks like no cheeses this time, unfortunately. Would have liked to seen that, but Jinx is going to have to recall here.
No, no effect just yet, but we do have some chatting going on.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, it looks like just standard start here. Strong side start for the junglers. See if we can see any creativity in jungle pathing here.
And both top laners being very patient as well, not showing into lane yet, so both of these jungle routes are a little bit hidden.
I wonder if he's baiting the Scion buff cheese, where you go down as Scion, die, and maybe he's just trying to bait them a little longer for that.
Oh yeah,
No,
that'd be cool.
just gonna wait for the minions. Alright. So heading into game. Interesting. Looks like Graves is going for a full clear.
Yeah, seems like a really efficient route for him, doing the red to Krug route. Xin Zhao is actually going to capture the second Rift Scuttler of the game here in the bot lane, so he's got some nice vision for his laners here.
Yeah, that's definitely a great advantage early. You know, that is the price of Graves going full clear at this point in time.
Yeah, definitely.
Interesting. I don't know if the... No. So he what was his jungle path? So he went blue to crab, skip the red.
Yep.
Oh, interesting jungle pathing there. So it looks like they might be counter ganking top side, possibly, if Graves decides to go up there. Possible P break, though. All
Yeah.
right. Well, go ahead.
Oh yeah, so far nothing really crazy happening, just farming it out. Both sides sitting even here in gold.
Yeah, looking at the CS, there's no major leads anywhere. Farm fest at this point for sure.
And yeah, it will be interesting to see what the junglers decide to do next. It looks like they're both going to be on the top side for the next few minutes.
Yeah, it doesn't look like any lane is really trying to establish priority really at all. I mean, you can see the Urgots pushing in the Scion, and that's about it. I mean, Sivir obviously trying to push in the Jinx and the Nami, but Jinx's wave clear isn't anything necessarily to scoff at either.
Mm-hmm. All right, here we're getting back in.
There we go.
So Xin Zhao actually coming up here doing his red buff now. Graves actually looking for a bit of potential vision maybe in the top side.
Looks like he's going over to invade the Krugs possibly? Yeah. So I wonder if Zen could spot him out here, and with the lane being the way it is, they do have... I mean, he might miss minions, but they could look to make a play on this Graves if he's too greedy.
Yeah. I think that's what we're going to see here. Xin Zhao coming around here. Kanthus is a little bit in an awkward spot. He's going to get over the wall there and disengage there. Was able to steal a couple of those Krugs, the big ones.
Make up a little bit for that crab loss that he didn't get, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got a ping onto the Raptor camp from somebody on Vortex. Graves is clear is going to be Krug's and then his own Raptors, and then maybe he's looking to invade the Xin Raptors. Could be a plan.
Yeah, that's possible.
But he is already bot side and could possibly look to counter gank here.
Looks like we're gonna get a gank here from Tasek, but the Chomper's gonna get put down, and Graves gonna show on the vision there, so nothing happening there. Rexalis Jr. actually hitting level 6 first there in the top lane. Magic Toenail a little bit behind on XP right now, just due to the lane pushing.
Yeah, he's definitely feeling the level disadvantage just from being forced by that Urgot to back off so much. The execute is going to be even bigger deterrent as well once we start going forward. It's just so good versus Sion.
Yeah, on the positive side though, Sion has managed to procure a slight CS advantage. Urgot gonna get that nice back though and complete his phage. And that allows Tasek to take away the Gromp in the topside jungle here. Graves gonna figure out that that's actually been taken away.
Yeah, he does see him on vision, so he's probably gathering. You know, Tasek somewhere on the red side right now.
Yep. And Kurama actually looking for engage here. Bubble's actually going to hit on the Tasek. You're going to follow it up with a nice ultimate from Lissandra, and they're going to flash. Both flashes being used. Graves gets a kill there. Kurama taking really low, going to get ignited from Dark Quest. Babs looking for the exit kill. He's going to flash in, but he's going to get stunned by the Lissandra, and Sion actually coming from the side. Babs going to finish off Kurama. He gets rooted.
Beautiful.
And it looks like Rexalis Jr. might get out here. He's ticking down really low. Ultimate going to land on the Babs, but neither are low enough to fall here. So in the end, it's just going to be a 1-for-1. And including the first blood that Canthus picked up on Graves. So actually a 1-for-2.
Yeah, just a slight lead for the Guardians, but I do have to comment on what I saw from Babs there. He flashed in super aggressively, and I thought that he was trolling at first, but it looks like he was able to E in the Nami at the last second and then burst the shield and basically double kill right there. That was well played.
Yeah, definitely well played. Darquise, I'm not really sure who Darquise is. I think he's a new player for Guardians of the Rift. So a little unfamiliar with him.
It's okay. I'm unfamiliar with everyone for the most part.
Yeah.
Looks like we got Xin starting up Dragon. King's going down to be careful, but it doesn't look like they're going to challenge this at all. It looks like they had vision of this going down, but it doesn't look like they're going to challenge it.
Yeah, they're definitely aware that this could be happening, but not enough of an ability to contest, perhaps. Graves not having flash, not able to even look for an aggressive contest. Both mid laners actually burning their summoners too in the mid lane, so we could see some action there soon.
Yeah, absolutely. He's still got that cleanse for insurance, but Sandra's got a lot of CC, so I don't know if that's going to do it if something comes mid.
Yeah, that's a good point. Still has that cleanse.
Ship these items. Yeah, it looks like Babs has started to open up a CS lead here. He's looking about 20 CS up. He's already got the beginnings of his Rod of Ages. He's got his Lost Chapter for his mana spam in the mid lane. And then, but I mean, that is counteracted by the I Glory Jinx in the bottom lane with also a 21 CS lead. It's going to be interesting to see what the junglers do with that information, you know?
Yeah, speaking of the junglers, Canthus here on the Grave's going to be starting up this Rift Herald, and it looks like it's going to go down in the next few seconds.
Rift Herald is so important for those early game pushes, and one of the win conditions that we did talk about for Vortex was do not fall behind. And the Rift Herald is definitely going to help them look to establish a lead somewhere.
Bab's doing a lot of damage here. He's actually going to take down Canthus. Not really have to expend much more other than his basic abilities and ultimate.
Got the Rift though, so gonna call that one worth, I say. 1 kill for Rift.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see, though, where Vortex decided to bring this Rift, because I don't think there's any structure that actually they can knock down with it just on its own, so they might have to look for a bit of a skirmish or a team fight before then to make full use of it.
Yeah, true.
And we're actually going to get a dive here into the bot lane. Babs and Taysac coming down here. Darkquee's going to engage, and just like that, that's 2 kills for Taysac. Double kill going over to the Xin Zhao.
Easy, to be honest. That looks like textbook engage from Rakan there. I mean, he didn't blow heal, they didn't blow flash, they just accepted their fate.
Yep. And yeah, definitely well coordinated. They were able to do that because Lissandra had recalled, and they knew that Graves wasn't going to be on that side of the map, or at least wasn't going to be able to help enough.
Yeah, that did end up netting them the first tower gold. So looks like they're up about almost 3K now at about 12 minutes. Not the biggest lead at this point in time, but I do have to say that Swain at 2-0-3 with 100 CS already, that looks scary.
Yeah, and you talked about earlier Vortex not wanting to fall behind, but it looks like that's just about happened now. So it might be a bit of a difficult climb for them as we get into the mid game here.
Man, look at Babs here, just spamming spells at poor Karama.
Definitely. Smite actually going to go over to Taysac here. He's going to engage onto Canthus. Canthus looking to flash out here. Taysac going to whiff the ultimate. He's going to get stunned up by the mid laner here, Karama. Dark Quest coming in here with a nice charm, though. No one's going to follow you just yet. And meanwhile, on the bot lane, we're actually going to see Magic Toenail coming in. Going to pop Eye Glory on the Jinx. Not much you can do there.
Yeah, feels bad, man, on that one for sure. Nothing you can do.
So in the end, I think Vortex are very lucky that they were able to salvage a few lives there in the tops of the map, but they do end up losing Eye Glory, who was trying to take that bot lane turret down.
Yeah, and on top of that, I mean, look at this poor Urgot just being forced off the tower by the 3 bullies of Guardians. I mean, he's just got to sit back and pray that they allow him some farm at this point.
Definitely. And that Rift Herald has about... Oh, if Canthus falls here, I don't think he gets the Rift Herald off. And Babs looks like he's going to take him down, but Karama is here, going to threaten that engage onto him. Going to make Babs back up a little bit. Red buff does reset.
Oh yeah, he's definitely got to drop that Rift. Just... Is he going to drop it behind the Krugs, though?
Yeah, he's got a few seconds remaining. Trying to finish off that red buff, too. Looks like he is going to drop it.
Oh, he is dropping it, okay.
Yep.
Alright, Lissandra, spam those spells and try to get that Rift Herald to the mid lane.
Loker looking for an ultimate here. Dark Quest here, going to look for a knockout, but they're not going to find it. That Jinx ult did do a bit of extra damage to him, so they were looking to maybe finish off Swain. He's going to ultimate for a bit of damage himself, but he's going to have to back away as he gets dropped to under 100 health.
Right, wow. Looks like that damage is going to end up forcing the Swain back, which, I mean, they still have Sivir for wave clear, so I think they're going to be okay here holding this mid turret, but it looks like they're going to make the rotation to drag, and I mean, at this point, I would imagine that that's going to be free.
Yeah, but on the other hand, we do see Guardians looking for that mid lane turret. Maybe they can get a little bit of damage here. They don't have a wave with them, though.
Just the Scion tank.
Yeah. So definitely a bold move here by Guardians.
Yeah. I like this move, to be honest, but they gotta get out.
Yeah. Oh, Darkqueast maybe has other ideas. He's gonna have flash away right into the root, though. He's gonna get a multi-man knockup. Actually, Magic Toenail finishing off Loker there. iGlory dropped really low. Taysac gonna flash onto him. He's gonna take him out. That means Babs is able to free hit all he wants, and Karama's taking very low. Spectacular actually flashing there on a Cant is gonna finish off him. So 3 kills there for Guardians of the Rift.
Yeah, definitely a good fight for them there. I mean, Taysac just dove right onto that Jinx, completely took her out of the fight. Took her to like 80 HP before she even knew what happened, and at that point she was just running away. And I mean, that's most of their sustained damage with the Graves being chased out on the right side of that fight.
Yeah, and Jinx not having... I don't think she had a completed item for that fight either, so she was definitely at a disadvantage. But actually accumulating a nice bit of CS lead here, so even though she is 0-3-0, she might eventually start contributing something here for Vortex.
Yeah, she's about even to the Sivir right now, but the Sivir, in my opinion, isn't the problem with their team comp right now. She's kind of just ancillary to the main threats on the team, which is the Xin Zhao and the Swain at this point.
Yeah, so you see them as more of the current damage threats that Vortex has to deal with, essentially.
I think that they're the sneaky damage threats that, you know, everyone just focuses, you know, kill the ADC, but, you know, she is going to do the damage, but, I mean, this Swain and this Scion are going to buy so much space in this team fight that, like, they're just not even going to be even able to get anywhere close to her.
For sure, for sure.
I mean, really, you're kind of looking for, like, a Lissandra flank for one of these team fights here to try to get a big ult. Because, I mean, I think at this point, they just can't straight up 5v5 this team fight without, like, a miraculous engage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Karama also sitting still at level 10, about a level behind Babs, so she's definitely going to want to hit that next level before maybe a team fight starts, but we're going to get a team fight starting right now. Rexalis Jr. going to get knocked up by Magic Toenail. Darkqueast coming in here, and that's really just a clean pick for Guardians here. Rexalis Jr. being a little bit too far up.
Yeah, definitely. He was just a little bit too far out of position there. He was trusting his wards, I think, if you see the ward coverage, but looks like they just snuck right by him.
Babs having no fear, walking forward, gonna get knocked up by the bubble. Wave comes through. Actually, Karama coming to the back line here, gonna self-ult onto herself. Canthus has to flash away. He was taking too low, and that's gonna leave Karama out on her own, but she has to flash away too.
Yeah, unfortunate there. Using the TP, but actually TPing directly into the middle of 4 Guardians players there.
Yeah.
Forced basically instant self-ult to save herself and then flash out. Definitely feels bad.
Yeah,
but I mean, we're not even 20 minutes into this game. I'm thinking Baron, it's not even up at this point.
Yeah, it feels like Guardians of the Rift are on a bit of a different sort of speed that they're running at this game compared to Vortex.
Yeah, Vortex on the way out, dropping all that vision. All over the blue side, prepping that Baron that's about to be up in 10 seconds. I mean, to close out this game, smartest thing for sure. Baron dance and look to just force them into a bad team fight and just end this thing.
And I think one of the things we can talk about is that Guardians of the Rift, they have difficulty finishing out these games. One of the reasons why they've sort of fallen so low in the standings is that sometimes they do get these early leads, but they're not always able to do the right thing to end the game. So we'll see if they can turn that around here.
Yeah, it's definitely not a good position that Vortex is in right now, though, because, I mean, what little vision they just had in the pit just got cleared out. And so they're going to have to face check a Swain Scion Rakan.
Yeah.
That just doesn't sound like anything that anybody wants to be doing. So the Urgot is rotating up to probably be the person to do that.
Ooh, we're actually going to get an engage here. Bab's going to take down iGlory just like that. And you could see here, I had the relative vision on here, and you couldn't see Darquest. He was actually in the fog war, and that's going to be a double kill, actually, for Babs.
Ouch. I mean, we were saying about Swain being a frontliner, creating the space, but I mean, he's got the damage, too. He's got the Oblivion Orb double pen item, which is obviously the build almost every mid laner goes nowadays. Just going for that early snowball with the pen items.
We're going to hear the sound ult being popped here. He's going to be walking through the mid lane. And we're going to get a turn here. Guardian's looking for the fight instead of the Baron. It's going to be 3 kills for them, and it looks like they'll get this Baron.
Turn off, fight the team that's coming. They have no right to be challenging this at all. And I mean, there was only 3 of them. They didn't even have the Jinx. They didn't have the Nami. I mean, that was just... I mean, they would have been better off just giving it at that point, or sending on the Graves on a suicide mission.
Yeah, I agree for sure.
But Vortex showing that they can close out the game here, hopefully with this Baron. Let's see how they use it. Rushing the dragon. Will they reset? Yes, they're going to reset. Okay. So with this reset, looking at the map, they just took dragon. There's going to be no objectives on the board. Is there any more free gold on the... There's mid lane tier 2. And then and bottom lane tier 2. But then from there, it's all nothing but the base. So gotta imagine they're probably going to pressure all 3 lanes because they can. They're just so far ahead at this point that I don't see a reason not to be pushing in 3 lanes here, especially with the Sivir, that you can use Sivir Rakan, Xin mid, Scion top, and Swain bottom, and you can just push that all the way in. You has the Sivir for the R disengage, they can never engage on you. It just... But it looks like they're gonna end up 4-1-ing here. Using the minions instead in the top lane to bring Graves out there.
Yeah. Kurama coming down here, maybe looking to repel this 4-man push from Guardians of the Rift on the bot lane. Actually, Kurama's staying mid now. It's going to be Canthus coming down here. We're going to get a bit of a fight here, but that's Rexalis Jr. already dropping. And the backline of Vortex just getting absolutely decimated here. Sivir getting a double kill. Kurama, last one alive for Vortex. Going to try to slip away out here, but that's going to be a triple kill for Babs, and it looks like the game for Guardians of the Rift.
Yeah, that's all she wrote on this one. Wouldn't be surprised. Yep, here comes the FFF. Reset to the next game. Go next. 1-20. Definitely something that they're gonna have. They're gonna have to make some big changes going into the second game here.
Yeah, and I can bring up the damage charts here, see exactly what happened. And yeah, 19,000 damage coming out from Swain. Really, no one else being able to match that same amount of damage per minute. So impressive stuff coming out from Babs there. This time not able to pick the Akali, which seems to be his favorite champion at the moment.
Yeah. Defaults to the Akali for sure in the couple games that I've seen. But the Swain is clearly a pick that has to be respected at this point. I mean, if I'm Vortex here, we basically like that. When I look at our team comp, it wasn't the worst team comp in the world. It wasn't the best. What they're really looking at here is setting up in the early game versus and basically just not letting it snowball out of control like it did. Because as you can see, the Jinx and the Nami, the Lissandra, all the damage sources, just nothing ever got going.
I am who I'm meant to be. I am who I'm meant to be. Over and out. Again. My future needed clarity, so I could see how you react, how you react to me. So much differently. I am different. Every time that I look back, I see my fortune. Would you react to me? We are reacting so much differently.
Calling for red side.
Doubted all that I could do, knowing what I need to do. All I can say, the word is thank you. Think is what you need to put away from the shore, amongst the waves, exactly where I wanna be. I am where I wanna be. Remember the start, remember the start. Where my
Yeah, it looks like Rixalis is jumping on his main account here, which doesn't mean anything, I think, but
A little bit of the Juju switch up, I think.
yeah.
What has he played on most of the year? Has it been Rixalis or was it his other account?
I think it's been his main account, Rixalis.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so Guardians want red side.
It kills me not to know. Lost beyond the edge, planning what to say. It kills me not to know, but yet I carry
So if you're just joining us, Game 2 is about to start between Vortex and Guardians of the Rift here. We had a bit of a surprising Game 1 where Guardians took a nice early advantage and capitalized on that with the final push that included a Baron buff.
Yeah, they did a good job closing out that game. I mean, this is do or die for them. They got to make these games count, and I mean, the first one was a good sign. I don't even know if they necessarily have to change too much up in the next game either. It's going to be really up to what Vortex wants to do to challenge it.
Certainly. And it looks like both teams are going to be ready now, so should get into champ select right soon.
Oh, somebody left a lot. Okay. The unknown Darquise. He's the challenger Smurf they're bringing in for this game. Well, we're finally into champion select here. We'll see what they decide to do with the bans to start off here. See if they stick with the Akali ban. I'm assuming that's going to be there from Vortex. Yeah, and speak of the devil. But, I mean, if you're Guardians here, are they just going to... Yeah, Aurelia, obviously. Another staple ban. As I said before, literal perma-ban champion. I don't want to see that champion in my game ever.
Yo, thank you very much, Dark Quest, for the follow. Speak of the devil.
Let's see where they go with their second ban here. Are they going to ban the Swain, though? I mean, Babs has shown, I think in 2 games now at least, that he can pilot this Swain, and it looks pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's definitely something they should consider. Maybe they're going to save it for the second round of bans, or maybe they have a answer to it. You never know.
True, very true. See the Xin ban. So they're at least forcing them onto a couple different champions here. Getting rid of the Sivir, getting rid of the Xin. So they're forcing them to change, but are they gonna... Let's see where they go with their picks. Because it seems like they might be playing more reactive if they're gonna be banning, you know, those champions. But they are gonna prioritize the Urgot.
And in exchange for banning the Xin Zhao, they are leaving that Aatrox open, so we're going to see maybe if Guardians of the Rift take it this time, now that it's available.
Victor as well.
Oh, yep.
But are they going to go tank Sion again? No. Prioritizing the MF.
MF also a champion that was banned last game by Vortex, and this time Guardians decide they want it.
Yeah, I mean, MF right now is pretty strong. I don't know if you've been hit by Storm Razor Auto from MF lately, but that stuff is not pleasant. If she falls behind, she's borderline worthless. But when you get ahead, she's just one of the most abusive champions in the bot lane by far.
Yeah, Spectacular actually has a history of playing it, I think, in the first, 1 or 2 weeks of the season, so it's been a while since he's pulled it out, but he performed really well on it earlier on this season. So definitely a scary pick.
Yeah, definitely. See a Pantheon pick? Oh, that's spicy. I like the Pantheon pick. I mean, they're gonna just man drop on everyone. Bottom lane with the MF, that looks like a man drop lane to me. But I mean, you gotta assume that for Guardians here, you're gonna be going with some type of setup or CC for this MF, because I mean that ult, you can set it up yourself with the E, but I mean it's best when womboed with something else. So I'm assuming they're probably gonna go either Rakan or Leona or something in the bot lane, just to set up that MF. But I guess we'll see how the bans go in the second phase here. With Sandra to start off, forcing Harama off that.
Yeah, it sort of raises the question. I like what you said. The support pick is going to be pretty important for Guardians of the Rift because they're going to want to balance both protecting the Misfortune and also like being able to engage for her. I think one of the options that they have is actually bringing like a Zyra or a Brand down into the bot lane there just to provide like a super heavy damage threat. And maybe even if that Pantheon is going to be a jungler, I'm not really sure, but if it is going to be a jungler, it would definitely deter a few jungle ganks from him in the bot lane if they did that.
Yeah, could definitely be Pantheon still in the top lane. But, and the Urgot move mid, but Pantheon into Sion, pretty sure that's not that great a matchup, right?
Yeah, that doesn't sound too good to me.
Just armor stack and he just like will just be back scratching you all game. They took away the Zoe in 2, very interesting. But okay, I like that. I like the Braum. Perfect for disengage. Perfect for engage for the MF. They're a great combo together. I like where they went with that. How are they going to answer, though? I mean, you got a Jhin now, and versus an MF and a Braum.
Yeah.
if I'm him, maybe Tom Kench, I mean, you need some sort of disengage here. Pike, nope, they just go complete opposite and just go all in with the Pike.
And Aatrox maybe a all AD comp here.
Pretty sure Pike is hard countered by Braum, though. Because his E blocks Pike's E from coming through and stunning. So, I mean, he's literally just gonna be if he can't get any of his abilities onto MF and he's using his pulls on the support. I mean, I just don't really see what they're gonna be able to do in the bot lane, and that unless they can really catch MF out early. What is this? Oh, I was gonna say, don't troll me like this. The Soraka ban. Alright, they decided to pick up the Swain, though, in the mid lane. See, I like that a lot more. They got a little bit more tankiness. And it looks like it's probably going to be Pantheon jungle, I'm assuming. And then, I mean, unless they just do something crazy.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, I've seen the Pan support, and I have seen Pike jungle, but it's trash. So, yeah, they're not going to do that. Syndra into Swain. I mean, bot lane's brutal. Same matchup as the top. Junglers, though. Graves is more farming, but Pantheon is the early game this time, so it looks like we have a switch up in terms of the jungle aggression this time around.
Yeah, so Vortex definitely taking a different tactic this time around. Bringing out that Pantheon jungle, see if what it can do in the early game, because I think that's where it seems to shine the most, but also the mid game with those nice ultimates.
Yeah, definitely. I think that if you're going to draw a comparison for Pantheon jungle, for the way that it should be played somewhat like Camille jungle. You basically are just not farming and just running from lane to lane to lane, just trying to get some free kills, essentially, and build that lead.
Yeah, maybe looking for some invades as well, perhaps.
Yeah, I could see that on the Graves as well. He does have ways to disengage from it, but it could definitely be annoying. I mean, I think Syndra and Swain in the mid lane, a lot of jungle invades are based off of that mid lane wave clear and priority.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of that's going to be just pretty even for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
I think Syndra will probably be having the push early, but she's not going to be able to be super aggressive with that Pantheon threatening to just chain CC her in the mid lane with the E and the W, and she'll probably just be dead if she pushes too far early.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Keystone also Pantheon takes, because I think Predator would be what I would think from a jungle Pantheon. But
100% agree. I think that Predator is by far the best one on him. I mean, Electrocute is viable, but Predator for just those cheese run-in ganks, where I mean he has almost no gap closer. I mean his W is pretty small distance for the most part. So for those mid lane ganks, he's definitely gonna need the Predator to get in there if he wants.
Yep. And
Same
who
thing
knows?
with the bot lane with the Braum.
Yeah.
Who knows what? I'm sorry.
Yeah. Who knows? I'm thinking that it's possible Pantheon could look for ganks in the mid lane. Syndra does not have cleanse. She does have that barrier though.
Yeah. Whenever I play Syndra in the mid lane, I'm always looking to be aggressive, but I mean, it feels really bad if you fall behind early and this Pantheon's just like camping you, and if you fall behind at all, like he's just gonna smell that weakness, and you'll just be getting man dropped on with Swain tanking the turret or Pantheon blocking it with his W. You're just gonna get tower dived, and there's nothing you can do. So it's gonna be interesting to see where we kind of go in this game. I think we can probably expect a farm fest out of the Guardian side, because they really don't have a need to rush this game necessarily. They have the insurance in the MF, who if you get hit by that late game MF ulti in the wrong position, your entire team is dead.
Mm-hmm.
The Syndra can just one shot the Jhin or the Pyke. Pyke's so squishy. You got the Graves, just becomes an absolute monster in the late game once he gets full items, depending on how you build him also. I've seen some spicy Stormrazor builds that are just disgustingly snowbally on Graves. But a lot of people tend to go for the Black Cleaver for the CDR. In general, tank killing.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we're getting into the game here. This is game 2. If you're just joining us, Vortex versus Guardians of the Rift.
Oh.
And an unfortunate pause.
I gotta say, I love the intro to the spawn-ins now.
Yeah,
Riot Games never failing to appease their fans. As you can see, there's minions loving the concert.
Yeah, and I think they're making an effort to really appeal to the female audience now, with all the reports of sexual harassment and whatnot.
I didn't even think of that. I guess, yeah, that's one way to put it, I guess.
Yeah, take a more narcissistic look at it.
Riot Games, no means no. Remember.
Yeah, maybe also taking a cue from the Fortnite craze with the the K-pop stars dancing and whatnot, trying to get more attention to the game through social media.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. I like the KDA thing. I think it's cool. Some of the skins in particular, the Akali skin, I think is a really nice one. The Ari one is really nice as well. Actually, I can't even say the Kaisa's one's really good too. I think they're all pretty decent skins. But I mean, where is the where's the Aatrox skin? You know what I mean? Like where's the who else? How about I don't even know. It used to be the complaint used to be Zach. Zach got has like one skin or a half skin per year the game's been out.
Yeah.
But all right. Ooh, looks like we're gonna get some level 1 cheese though here, possibly.
Yeah, Guardians of the Rift actually maybe smelling out a potential level 1 here, and they decide to stack up in this one bush. Gonna break apart a little bit now.
Ships in the night right now.
Yeah.
Wait, did they even drop a ward?
Nope. Not yet. Wow.
All right.
So both teams conserving their trinkets.
Minions have spawned.
Interesting.
Interesting.
The Graves, however, felt the pressure though. Decided to go to his red buff.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm him, I'm not anticipating that they didn't drop a ward on that invade. So I guess I can't blame him.
Well, both teams maybe will go back in the VOD and understand what exactly happened there, but for the time being, they won't know. Bit of a level 1 cheese, maybe. Nope.
No, just Braum jacking off in the bush.
Yeah. Oh, but we are actually going to see Pantheon walking down in the bot lane here. Loker maybe looking for a early hook. He's going to land it onto Spectacular.
Oh.
And Spectacular is going to get ignited here. That's going to be first blood going over to iGlory.
Oh, the level 2 cheese gank. It's not gone just yet.
Yeah.
Not just for Jarvins.
Graves actually coming in from behind here onto Karama. Karama might having to flash away here. He does burn both summoners in the mid lane. That's going to be trouble for him.
Yeah, definitely. If I'm Graves, I mean, it's looking like a nice regank to the mid lane at this point.
Yeah, and Graves actually able to deep ward as well. Pantheon looking for a gank here, but Graves is right behind both of them.
I don't know if they... Yeah, I wouldn't be taking this early on versus Swain and Pantheon. Just walk it out.
Yep.
Looks like Pantheon going for the invade, though.
Yep, so a bit of vertical jungling from the junglers this time around.
Interesting. So when you think of vertical jungling, basically what comes to mind is there's like two strategies. One, you're hard camping the bot lane for the jungler that's on the bot side, whereas on the top side, you're really isolating that solo top lane for this Urgot Scion. So, I mean, Roxalis is going to be probably feeling a little bit more worried that he can't maybe play as aggressive as he might like to normally, knowing that this vertical jungling's going on.
Yeah, that's right. But he is still pushing up pretty strong there. So maybe a gank attempt possible from Taysak. We'll see though. Both junglers finishing off the enemy wolves at the moment. Loker gonna grab in Dark Quest. Root down onto him.
This is this interaction that I was talking about. Oh, he burned the E though, so too early.
Yeah, Spectacular actually having the flash still. He didn't burn it last time, and I think maybe Canthus didn't recognize that.
I'm wondering if Darquise is going to be a little bit more careful with that E now in lane, knowing that, you know, if he gets hooked and he burns his E on that, then he's setting himself and MF up to possibly get stunned by the Pike.
Yeah, that's true. That's definitely an interesting interaction. Loker looking for a stun on the mid lane. He's actually going to find it with the flash onto Babs. Babs does have barrier though, and Loker's going to get dropped down to about
Oh boy.
200 health there.
Babs does a good job of walking it out. I thought Loker had it. I can't blame him for the flash there at all.
Yeah.
It's definitely close.
Oh! Loker coming really close to Tasek, but Tasek did not have any charges on his auto attack, and it's just going to result in Kurama being pushed off the mid lane.
Yeah, very, very close. At the very least, he would have had the blow flash there if that Q had landed.
Yep. And Kurama also not having the flash available definitely would have maybe been even worse for him.
Alright, let's check the CS leads. Pretty even across the board. Cinder's up a little bit. 10 CS in the bot lane to the Jhin, which isn't necessarily surprising. You know, he did get that first blood, so MF missed out on at least like a wave of early CS there. But the BF sword to double longsword is never anything that feels good as a bot laner, I will say that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Interesting. So I don't know if they might just be doing this on purpose, but the Guardians here, they suffered that early first blood, and now pretty much at this point, despite having the arguably better 2v2, they're playing for farm at this point, sitting under turret.
Yeah, I think Pyke has definitely shown to be very useful in this lane, actually, in a surprising way. So they've gotten some good pressure off in the early game, and obviously
that's all it takes.
Yeah, the Pantheon ganks as well, showing up big.
If we learned anything from Worlds, it's play your own game, and I guess Pyke into Braum is Loker's kind of game.
Yeah.
Oof.
Fight breaking out in the top lane here. Magic Toenail looking for the ultimate onto Rexalis, but Rexalis is just going to sidestep that away, and not really.
I don't know what happened there, but Tasek just walked it out, just walked it down the top lane, said no thank you. Maybe feeling a jungler presence could be coming from the man drop.
Oh yeah, for sure. He has hit level 6 now, so he is able to look for ultimates.
Yeah, we'll see where he puts this first man drop. If I'm him, I'm definitely trying to make it down to the bot lane before 6s.
Oh yeah. Oh, here he comes. Spectacular without flash as well, so she's going to take the full brunt of this damage. Nice pull from Loker, trying to take Braum out of the fight there. But can't quite get the last Jhin ultimate there.
Yeah, close one. Man dropping as if he heard us.
Yeah, but maybe looking for more action here. Igor going to finish off Spectacular under turret there, and Canthus going to pay for that dive with his life as well.
Yeah, super obvious redive. I mean, it just wasn't fast enough. It gave Graves the time to rotate, and it looks like Pyke is on his he's on a little merry-go-round here. Trying to take him around the map.
Yeah. Surprisingly healthy as well, and he is able to get out of that one. Maybe clear out this control ward as well for his troubles.
Yeah, Pyke's healing is just it's not right. The champion just goes in and just loses 80% of his health, but then gains back like to 50%.
Yeah.
But that was the first man drop. Little unsuccessful, but I mean, I think that if you're Pantheon and you're trying to extend the pace of this game right now, that I guess you can't argue with the results from that one.
Yeah, ultimately it does deny MF a couple of waves in the bot lane, so it does get them a decent amount of pressure. Wow, iGlory taking a big chunk there from the Misfortune Q. I believe Braum has that red buff, but Root gonna land onto Babs here in the mid lane. He does have both summoners. He's looking for a kill onto Canthus, actually gonna blow up with that ultimate. Unleash power. And Taysak actually gonna be here in time to try to get Kurama here. Kurama pops that ult. He's gonna cleanse a little bit late there, a little bit sloppy, but he's gonna have to flash away ultimately. And nothing's gonna happen with him, but Taysak gonna flash out here. Loker looking for the kill. He looks for the ult, but he actually misses. Gonna have to burn that ignite. Eventually gets him. Rexalis is teleported in here. He's in a tough spot. Misfortune wailing away at him, but Dark Quest in a bit of a tough spot as well. He's ticking down. He's just barely gonna get out. Oh, and on the other end we have Babs finishing off Kurama for a double kill. Oh, Canthus actually coming back in here. He's gonna look for a flash onto Babs. He's gonna stun him up. Take him out. Shut down gold going over to him. iGlory with another kill, and that's going to be that.
Yeah, nice little turnaround there at the end from Canthus. You'll see, I believe he actually flashed the Syndra E this time around. And that's why he blew his flash there. And, you know, that definitely allowed him to get that kill, because otherwise he was... same thing was gonna happen again, probably. Get pushed away and he couldn't do anything. I was gonna say that, you know, after that gank just happened, if I'm him, I don't even know if I can go to the mid lane anymore, knowing that Syndra can just 100-0 me at this point.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that whole fight started out with a Pantheon gank and it ended with a second Pantheon gank, essentially, right?
Very true. I mean, that's why it's called the man drop. You die and then you just spawn and go right back in, I guess.
Yeah. And he has picked up those boots of mobility as well, so he is quite quick.
Very important for early game junglers, the mobility boots. One of my favorite things to do as an early aggressive jungler is you just literally straight rush those Moby boots. Like on Camille, Xin, you can do it on Pantheon, pretty much any champ that like is a melee, where you're just trying to close that distance early with a gap closer. The Moby boots are just so good for getting around the map and making sure that you're everywhere at once.
Yeah, and maybe the concern now for Guardians of the Rift is this massive Jhin that picked up a couple of kills from the last fight. He's currently quite far ahead in the bot lane. Also has that first blood gold, so a lot of gold for him.
Yeah, only two people that are looking pretty strong right now. We got 3-0-1 on the in with a Stormrazor Zeal. We're at 13 minutes into the game. I would say probably if this pace keeps up and he keeps doing what he's doing, we're going to be looking at a really scary Jhin there. But I mean, does it even matter when you have a Syndra that can just outskill him and press R and just 100-0 him?
True. Things getting a little tense here in the mid lane. Guardians were pushed up really far, trying to get some dirt damage. Taysak going to show in the top side here. Pantheon can see that, and it might open up an opportunity for him, but he's just going to go back and farm his wolves, it looks like. Very quick moving around the map with those boots of mobility.
Yeah, it looks like Pantheon at least for the time being, has settled more into farming, which isn't surprising. I mean, Pantheon literally just has 0 wave clear at the beginning, so I mean, all he can do is gank. But now he's got a little bit more mana from his levels, and he can look to do a little bit more farming. But I mean, if I'm him, I'm looking to just get this bottom lane just as far ahead as possible. It's their one main point of strength right now. I mean, mid lane is just kind of hovering at the moment, about 70% damage done on that turret. And I mean, it doesn't look like it's going to get any better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Rift Herald also the only objective on the map now, so we haven't seen anyone really interested in that yet, but it could potentially be a point of interest. Actually, looks like both mid laners are holding in the bot lane here, maybe looking for a fight to break out. Dark Quest gets pulled in by Loker. He's going to get stunned up and finished off by Loker's ultimate really quick there.
Nice. But will we get more actions?
Babs doesn't have his flash available, but was able to scatter the weak there, disengage from Kurama. Loker going a little bit too deep here. Dasek ultimate hits onto him, takes him out. So 1-for-1 for both sides. Both supports falling there. Tasek actually getting in the back lines here relatively quickly. Is able to force Kurama to pop his ultimate. And Guardian's shepherding this bot lane wave in. He's gonna... Oh, wow. Barrier being popped by Babs. Is he gonna burn the flash? No, he's not. And Tasek looking for that exit kill. Actually gets it onto iGlory. That's a shutdown for him. Spectacular actually dropping forward here. But Pantheon with that ultimate. He's gonna be here. Loker gonna burn the flash. Maybe unnecessary, but it's gonna finish off Spectacular. He's gonna ignite him with the kill there.
little BM spam. Gotta love it.
Yeah.
I mean, looking at that fight, Babs is a master baiter. Pause. But yeah, he was literally just keeping them. They wanted him so bad that he just was baiting them in for free kills.
Yeah, and it looked like he actually initially stepped too far forward there, trying to kill iGlory, I believe. Yep, and in the end, he was able to just get out with the barrier pop there.
Very interesting thing that we might have to look at, though, is if we go late, how big of an impact will this Pike pick have?
Wow, Kurama taking really low there. Is he going to exit? Yep. Going to finish him off there. Babs with that last little orb in
Tries
there.
to dodge the Q just a little early and kind of gives away his read there.
Scout a weak. Gonna just barely clip Loker there, but he's going to go back in on a Tasek. Maybe he doesn't want this. Actually, he's taking really low. Not going to be able to utilize that extra health because he wasn't able to get out of combat. And the Scout weak going to land onto Canthus as well. That's a double kill. Mid lane turret as well.
Yeah, Babs is on point with these stuns from what I'm seeing here so far. I mean, I think he's missed like one.
Yeah. What were you saying about the late game?
Oh, I was just saying that, like, if this Pike gets enough damage, and those, I mean, I'm sure you've seen the YouTube clips of, like, the instant Penta Pike kill, where he just ults, like, 4 times in a matter of, like, 2 seconds and just murders everybody.
Oh my gosh.
That could be a late game win condition with their whole team. That Pike execute is just a game changer.
Yeah, and coupled with the Swain as well, that could be very good for their team fight. And the Urgot as well. A lot of champions just like to rush at you.
They got executes on executes.
Yeah. Pantheon also having that execute damage.
Oof. Flashes the mastery after a little movement.
Pantheon.
I mean,
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
4 members of Vortex actually in the bot lane here, gonna scare away that misfortune.
Yeah, I don't know if flashing the mastery on the sped up WMF with Yomu's is necessarily mastery material, but
yeah. Scout of the week gonna land onto Kurama. He's gonna cleanse it a little late again, but will it be enough? Oh, nice pike pull in there. Canth is gonna be behind him as well. This is no exit for Babs, and Igor are gonna pick it up.
Whew. Little close for comfort there for Kurama.
Wow, this pike is doing a lot in terms of utility and actually forcing Dark Quest's flash out as well.
Yeah, when I was looking at the pike pick in Champ Select, my biggest concern was more the laning phase. But I mean, looks like for the most part they've made it through this point, and he's just showing his impact as a pick champion right now.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And this misfortune is definitely quite far behind her counterpart, so it might be getting more and more difficult as time goes on for Guardians of the Rift. But for the time being, they do still have the gold lead, about 1K.
Yeah, we definitely have a much closer game than last time. I like that Vortex has kind of righted the ship at this point and are making this a game.
Yeah, same. And Rexalis actually popping a heal there, trying to get a little bit of extra move speed to get out. Babs in the wings here, trying to protect her top laner. It's going to allow Kurama to press down the mid lane though. Loker is a little bit slow out of base this time. He's not going to be able to help his top lane immediately, or top side I should say. It's just Jhin up there for now. Kurama looking to help out his AD carry as well. But this is going to be a turret falling in the top side. Actually, Urgot actually channeling teleport behind them. This might be 2 dead bot laners for Guardians. They're going to fight to get that proc out of the way from Braum. Pantheon actually going to be dropping in here, and this is going to be a lot of resets, I think, for...
This looks good.
Yeah, Vortex. 3 kills for them. Heal being expended. Ignite going to... Or something ticking down. Going to... Oh, Babs with the double kill here. He's going to look for some more, but that's going to be too much damage coming out from Kurama and company.
Yikes. So great engage for sure from Vortex there. They had that really deep ward just sitting in the middle of the top lane, and he just TP'd for the free flank. I mean, it looks like that was going to be an absolute wipe. But then Babs came out of nowhere and got 2 back. I mean, the damage was looking a little scary there. I mean, hard to imagine what might have happened in that team fight had he maybe been there. Oh, was that
off.
stopwatch or was that good? It was Zanya's. Thank God it was Zanya's.
Yeah, thankfully. 2-minute cooldown for that though. Dark Quest caught out a little bit. Oh, nice dodge from him. He's still gonna get rooted out.
Ooh.
Finds the safety of his turret eventually, though. Sion still in base, looking at his shop. Oh, but that's a nice scout of the week coming out from Babs. He's gonna force the flash out of iGlory. And Urgot actually coming into their melee range, but he's not taking enough. And actually takes out Loker. That's gonna be 1 less member for Vortex to help disengage this potential fight. And Sion actually gets here just in time. He's gonna knock up Kurama. That's a 3-for-0 right now. And Magic Toenail showing that he really wants to continue this fight. Gonna knock up Canthus. They're gonna proc the Braum stun, and that's gonna be spectacular, finishing off the Vortex jungler. That's a 4-for-0. iGlory, the only member.
They beat me to it. I was literally just about to say, these teams are so even right now, lining up in the mid lane. It looks like they want a brawl.
Oh man,
Tay
Tay-Sec.
They did.
Tasek, a little too far there. Didn't have the full support of his team. That's another kill going over iGlory. He's 8-1-3 now. Oh, Loker flashing in. He's not going to find the execute. Oh, but he's going to pull in. Spectacular.
Oh.
Holy cow.
Looked like a troll, ended up being a play. Alright.
Just the bait.
So, it looks like when I'm looking at these teams, I got to imagine that the team that is leading the engage, the team that's gonna probably win these fights. Because Magic Toenail and the Syndra starting off with the E-Scatter and the ult down the lane. I mean, they just couldn't, they were dead before they knew what happened.
Yeah, Sion with an opportune moment there to ultimate away. Bab's actually going to kite that one out, kill Canthus as she exits. But that's going to be a nice Baron interrupt. Vortex being distracted away from it. Thanks in large part to Magic Toenail there.
Yeah, wow. Looks like they're disengaging right now with the Jhin ult. But I don't know if you noticed on the back side of that fight, Babs hit just an E onto the Jhin, and he lost 75% of his health.
Oh, damn. I didn't notice. That's crazy.
Yeah, he was out of the fight before it even happened, because he QE'd over the wall, but he didn't even hit him with the Q, it was just the E, and he took 75% of his health. It was disgusting.
Yeah, and that is a 3-item Syndra now with the Magic Pen boots completed as well, so it actually forces iGlory to purchase a Hex Drinker here.
Yeah, I don't blame him at all.
Yeah.
I mean, after what he just probably, you know, as I said, what he just experienced, I mean, MR is like the first thing you go back and buy.
Yeah, and maybe QSS the other thing that he could potentially buy, but even that doesn't seem like it'll be enough. I think his only route is to try to avoid the Scout of the Week and survive the damage.
Yeah. 100%. At this point in time, if Syndra's like within screen range of him, he needs to be like looking to walk backwards. Because,
yeah,
I mean, her range is just so large. She can throw that W or throw her orbs really far, and like the range is just can somewhat catch you by surprise at times.
Ooh, Loker gonna find that stun on to Babs, gonna pull him back with the Swain, and that's gonna be a shutdown for iGlory. So maybe a little bit of
Wow, that's not even after Shock Pike, and he just survived that combo from Babs with no MR items.
Oh, did Babs ult?
Yeah, he ulted the Pike there
Oh shoot.
in that fight, and he lived with like 1 health. He didn't even die, but he has no MR items and no Aftershock. How is he so tanky?
Oh, Rexalis coming in here, gonna get that Righteous Glory slow. Canthus gonna finish off Dark Quest. Taysak gonna just barely dodge the Urgot ultimate. Sion takes a double kill here. Maybe Vortex is a bit off, a little bit too much than they could chew. That's Taysak grabbing the 3rd kill of the fight. But iGlory's just too strong here. He has double dose as well. Eventually just gonna be a 3 for 2. Actually going over to favor of the Guardians of the Rift.
Yeah, if I'm Vortex in that fight, I'm happy with that result. When you look at iGlory, he is 100% healthy, and you could see that he actually was putting in meaningful damage on the back line to all these people that were in front of him. I mean, I think that before I was a little doubtful, because I just figured he couldn't even get near the Syndra, but I mean, if he can really work his positioning and stay in the right areas, he might be able to carry this team.
Yeah, it's definitely where all the
He's 10
gold
and 1
lies.
right now.
Yep.
Man, that MF build is looking like a garage sale at 30 minutes. 2 items. versus Jin's 4 and a piece.
Bab's gonna get stunned here by Canthus. Ignite's gonna fall onto him. iGlory taken very low, but that's gonna be that. Bab's gonna get taken down for no return. Magic Tono a little bit caught out here as well. Does he have the ability to get out? He does have ultimate available, but not much space to run away. He does have flash though. And it looks like Vortex is content with that one kill.
Let's see. We had the Syndra, I mean, the immobile mage in the mid lane. They can man drop on him all day if he's going to be that far.
Wow, a lot of damage coming out from Spectacular and Taysak with their ultimates. That's going to take both the top side champions away from Vortex. And that was a situation where it was actually 5v4, so Guardians of the Rift making that work for them, despite not having a mid laner.
Yeah, you know, what we were saying before with the team that engages. Looks like they're the team that wins out early in these fights. It does...
Taysak having a... We're going to get a TP in here. Sion on the backside. iGlory has no... he's going to get stunned up. He has no summoner spells after that last fight. And this is a very, very, very... strong Babs, and both flashes being burned from the support and mid laner, and Magic Toenail gonna try to finish off Kurama. Do Guardians of the Rift want to chase this down, or do they want to get that Baron? What are they doing?
Yeah, I was definitely thinking Baron. They're thinking dive 3 turrets.
Yeah. I think they've lost the forest for the trees here, but eventually gonna back up.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't know if you noticed in mid-fight there, but Babs did flash after the Pike, who was running away. That was about as ham as you can get.
Yeah.
So, we'll see what they do here at the Baron.
Yeah, Canthus looking for maybe steal. Oh my god, one shot. Loker goes down to just a scout of the week from Babs. That was insane. And now we're going to re-engage. Magic Toenail coming in, popping up. Kurama, that's going to be all that she wrote for him.
The damage just makes me sick.
Yeah. Holy cow.
And the funny thing is, for Syndra, once you get 5 points in your W is true damage.
Oh my gosh. But Babs trading his life for a bit of extra damage. Maybe not so worth, because he did give away his Baron buff. Canthus also looked for that steal, but he was too late.
Yeah. At first I was gonna say something about iGlory about 5 fights ago, but basically the Maw did save him the first time, so he was happy for that when he originally bought it. I felt good about seeing him make off with that purchase, but it looks like the Guardians at this point are starting to outscale. Graves is 8-3, Syndra 11-6. I mean, who needs an ADC when you got Graves, right?
Yeah, that's right. And this might be an opportune time to fight for Vortex. Rexall is going to flash in here, flip back Taysak, but he's quite tanky actually. Sion doing a lot of tanking as well. Syndra's not here yet, but Misfortune's going to pop that ultimate. That's going to be Magic Toenail taken out. Kurama just not taking enough on the Swain. And oh, Magic Toenail gets here. He's going to knock up Rexall. That's going to be a dead Urgot as well. Syndra not even needed for that fight actually.
Yeah, that was just a beautiful ult by the MF there. You could tell these guys are thirsty. They are, and MF looks like a drink of water right now. They're literally, they were ready to chase her to base, but she just turns around and lets them know that I don't have to run away.
So definitely Spectacular looking very good and confident on the MF, even though she went down quite a few times in the early game.
Yeah, good turnaround for sure. I mean, that's one of the things about MF. If you when you get into those silver games and stuff like that with MF, and these people just don't know how to close games, she comes back. She's one of the best late game fighters in terms of just because of her ult. I mean, she can just decimate an entire team who's just too thirsty. Catch it, just caught being a little bit too aggressive, and you don't have the ability to get out of the ult. It melts you before you even know it happened.
Yeah, that's right, and it's certainly a champion that doesn't really take a lot of huge mechanical prowess, so it's also in that way very very simple, and when you're making the calls in game, it can simplify things a lot.
I mean, we got kind of a matchup of speedster ADCs here with the Jhin and the MF.
Oh yeah.
I was just thinking, I was like, who is the fastest ADC? And I think it might be MF, but Jin's close with the crits.
Definitely.
I'm sure you've seen the full movement speed Jhin.
Oh,
it's something to behold.
They call it the race car Jhin or something.
So funny. Looks like we're at somewhat of a standstill here, though. Surprisingly.
Yeah, I think this is the time that you might look for a pick if you're Vortex, and maybe the most intense time if you're Guardians, but they're actually walking forward here. Lots of damage on the Rexhaus is going to chunk them out, but that's not going to really get them anything. They don't have a wave here yet. There's no objective for them to take, so maybe a bit of a waste there from...
Yo, your mic is distorted.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's better. You
Awesome.
sound like a robot for that call, so... Alright, you're good to go, though.
Awesome. Yeah, that happens sometimes. Ooh, Sky of the Week landing on a Rexhaus again. Bab's taking really low, though.
Man, where's all that damage coming from? Swain. So it looks like they were getting burned down by that Swain damage.
Ooh. iGlory dodging out the Sky of the Week that time. Oh, but this time it's going to hit onto Loker. Taysak rooted up here. He does have GA, though. And now that iGlory has completed his Lord Dominic's regard, he is finding that he's having a bit of an easier time fighting through that front line, but still very difficult for him.
Still can only fire 4 shots.
Oh, we're going to get Jhin opening up here, but Karama taking extremely low. He does have the ultimate ready. Might heal him up a little bit, not enough. Taysak going to take him out. And that's an MF ult. They still had that. Canthus actually taken extremely low. GA actually going to get popped here. Taysak on the Graves, but will he be able to get out? They're actually Guardians of the Rift looking for a kill on the iGlory here, but iGlory going to finish off Graves. This is going to be really bad for Guardians, actually, but they'll get the turret at least. So 2 for 2 so far. Ooh, Sky of the Week landing on Loker. And that's going to be spectacular. Finishing it off the pike.
Little too aggressive there for sure. I mean, that was looking like a very free, well-won fight. Probably in him. But they dive looking for those kills, team deathmatch style, and they pay for it.
Yeah, and we'll see if that allows Vortex to set up this Elder Drake a little bit with the vision. And it looks like they're actually headed that way. It's going to spawn in about 20 seconds. They will have the numbers advantage for the next few seconds, but eventually it's going to flip a little bit. And now that Guardians have the numbers advantage, they feel like they can take some vision control over the Elder.
Yeah, there's very little vision around the Dragon Pit right now. Looks like it's going to have to be a face check for the Urgot here.
Oh, Sion actually looking for an engage here. Knocks up Rexhaus. That should be Rexhaus going down as well. He does have a bit left. Oh, he's gonna get out just in time.
Oh,
But meanwhile, Elder Drake actually started up here. Rexalis does have his teleport available. He's trying to recall as quickly as possible to get back into this potential Elder Drake contest. He's going to pop that teleport into the back lines here. He's going to be full health when he comes in here. Pantheon actually dropping that ult, looking for maybe Spectacular. He's going to get Scatter of the Weak, though. Magic Toenail taking him out. Loker brings Toystack back in, but does he want him? And that's going to be 2 kills for Guardians of the Rift. Oh, Magic Tunnel actually having that ultimate come back off of a cooldown again, and he is going to kind of whiff it. But in the backline, going to take out the Swain.
this is
Double kill.
executes.
Oh!
Oh.
High Glory on the other hand. Oh! Just going to get popped by Babs, and
Oh.
looks like they can maybe end the game off of this. They do get the Elder Drake eventually.
Yeah, they might be able to. I don't know. It's gonna be close, but I mean that Syndra, poor iGlory. I mean, he literally went from 100 to 0 without the. I mean, that's not good. See, he says it too. Got me through Maw.
He played that fight so well too to stay alive that long
He
and
did.
continue dealing damage.
I thought for sure he was gonna turn that, and then he got the one shot on the Syndra, and it didn't kill her, and he... Oh my.
Loker coming back in here looking for the execute, but doesn't have enough damage. Oh my gosh! Syndra just one-shotting him again.
Yeah, I mean,
Holy cow.
yeah. There's nothing you can say. I mean, that damage is just unmatchable, practically.
Yeah, it certainly speaks for itself. Magic Toenail taking a bit of a bold step to teleport into the top lane there, but it pays off because Babs did back him up with the Syndra. And gonna land another Scatter of the Weak onto Karama. Knockup comes in from Dark Quest, but Karama's gonna be able to walk away.
Where is the respect? Where's the respect on Babs' name, man? He's just one-shotting everyone out here, and still in E-range.
Oh man, a Scatter of the Weak. Gonna take down both of them. Double kill for Babs. He's 17, 6, and 12. This is pretty impressive performance from him. Magic Toenail also unkilled in this game. I think that he deserves a lot of recognition as well.
Absolutely. He's been a fantastic tank in the top side. Making it through those Urgot. Even with the vertical jungling. Actually, the vertical jungling was in his benefit on this map, but the previous game, he's just been a frontline beast. I mean, they can't kill him.
Yep.
He's literally 8-0-17.
And
That's
my
gonna be it.
Cam doing wacky things. GG's.
GG's indeed. And looking back on that game, I think that Vortex did what they wanted to do. They just ended up eventually losing out in the team fights. And they just eventually got outscaled, and then Syndra. So, I mean, 2-13 on the Pantheon is not necessarily indicative of how he did this game.
Yeah.
1-8, I mean, Karama was definitely struggling in the mid lane, but I mean, they just fell behind a little too early, and those tanks just never came online, and they just ended up getting destroyed by the end.
Yeah, it felt like for the most part their power spike was in the mid game with the champions that they had selected, but they didn't quite have a strong enough mid game. They kind of went even in that course. Maybe they pulled ahead for a few minutes, but just not quite enough. And a really impressive performance from Guardians of the Rift, who looked like they were pretty down and out this season, but they do manage to at least keep a playoff hope alive for the final week.
Yeah, definitely. I think that just across the board in these two games, you could say that the Guardians of the Rift, I mean, pretty much did whatever they wanted. They were dominant in the first game to the point where, I mean, even in this game, I mean, we were talking about them double diving turrets instead of going to Baron. They just knew how far ahead they were, even though they were overstepping every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
By the time they were pushing down that base, I think they were already like 9K up. Really close up until about 30 minutes.
Alrighty, so I will pull in. I think I'll just pull in Magic Toenail and Babs if they're still around. Hear from them, ask them a few questions. And it looks like Babs is the only one still around, so I think I'll pull in him and pull in Dark Quest too, because we haven't heard from him yet.
Yeah, let's learn about the mystery man.
Oh,
Oh, what's up?
Or girl.
hello.
Yeah,
How's it
dude.
going, guys?
All right.
Yeah, pretty good.
So how are you guys feeling after that 2-0 victory against the Vortex?
Feeling pretty good, you know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I'd be feeling pretty good too after playing Syndra and just ruining their whole team.
Well, I don't know. I know Kurama's like most played as Swain. Like he really loves the champion, and I don't know. I just love playing Syndra into Swain so much. The matchup, like even though it's like statistically an even matchup, I just feel so much better in it than other shit. But
Nice, nice. So what sort of tactics did you guys employ going into the series? What was the outlook from you guys?
we just like tried to grab power picks, honestly. Like we were debating in champs, like if they ban like Scion, we have to ban Urgot so they don't get a powerful top laner kind of stuff. Just like a lot of stuff like that to like make sure that they don't have like the super powerful champions that we don't have any answers to.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Definitely a good thing to be doing. I have been my name's Sean. I just kind of recently joined on with you guys. I've been watching a couple games here and there. Safe to say you're not just an Akali one trick from what I've seen beforehand.
Yeah, you could say that. I don't know. Akali, I mean, I'm still gonna be spamming the shit out of Akali on my level 20 account because I don't have a Smurf. And I want to be able to actually like grind ranked because I don't do that on my main. I just like I don't do anything on my main. I'm actually about to decay out of D5 again. Don't even play.
Again?
Yeah, I don't know. The decay window's only 15 days now for me. That's weird. But yeah, I mean, if someone leaves a Kali up, it's definitely like priority pick for me. That champion is so fucking good if you know how to play her.
Oh yeah, I've just been kind of teaching myself lately, and I like her in the top lane with grasp. It just feels too good to just W and just trade for free and just hide in your W.
Mhm.
Oh gosh. That sounds
Yeah, her
oppressive.
W's
Yeah, it's
amazing at
disgusting.
zoning.
All right, and Dark Quest, I wanted to hear from you because I think this was your first series playing with Guardians. How do you think it went? How did you approach the first few games with this new team?
It was actually my second series, but I guess I just kind of let them do the talking in terms of like what we're gonna ban and stuff like that, because I don't really know this league very well. I don't really know its players very well, so I don't really have much to contribute there. So I kind of just made sure I was doing my job, making sure I could like engage when I needed to on Recon or peel when I needed to on Braum. Yeah, those kind of things.
Nice, nice. And you guys, with that victory, you actually hold on to the chance to still qualify for playoffs. And so looking forward to next week, or actually a few days. You guys, I think you play
Tomorrow we play Leftover Lads.
Leftover Lads. That's right. Yeah. So how do you guys feel about going into that series?
I feel pretty bad. That I honestly like being on that team and like watching it fall apart. it actually hurts because there were good people on the team. Like a lot of people on the team had a really good attitude, really good personalities. They're really good people, but all it takes is like one person that no one can get along with to like
Oh,
completely break a team down, and that's basically what happened.
oh damn.
And they're just trying to like tape it back together, trying to fix the big mistakes and big problems they have. But I don't think they're going to be able to do that. I do they even have a chance to make playoffs anymore?
I think they do. They still have 2 games left to play though, so they have a lot of they have a pretty hard path forward for sure.
Yeah. It's just unfortunate. Shout out to my boy Rocks for holding in there. Poor
Ugh.
guy.
Well, hearing that makes me feel pretty confident about tomorrow. Not gonna lie.
Awesome.
I mean,
Well,
I don't know.
do you guys have any last minute shout outs? Anything else you'd like to say before we head off?
Yes. Our top laner is the best looking top laner. He is cute. Michael is cute.
Oh my fucking god. Don't bend to Tay-Sex, Will.
Why not?
But yeah, I don't think there's anything else to say. Games tonight were definitely not what I expected, but I don't know. I honestly, after like all the roster changes we did, I'm like, yeah, we're better than leftover lads. I don't think we're better than any other team. Like we're better than the bottom two, but I don't think we can beat any other team. And then like coming in tonight, I'm like actually shocked at we won. Like wait, we won a 2-0, which we have to like 2-0 all our series to be able to make it to playoffs, I'm pretty sure. So, I don't know. I'm pretty hyped now.
Yeah, definitely. Props to you guys for pulling it out, pulling through. And good luck for tomorrow as well. I think we'll get that game streamed, at least in some capacity, maybe on the second stream. But yeah, good luck.
Bless you guys for staying up till midnight to to stream a game.
No.
No, it's not a problem.
It's worth it for the quality content.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, where else am I gonna see Syndra one shot someone with just an E?
All
Just
right,
solo
you.
queue, I guess. I'll see it like tonight.
All right, well, thanks, man. You
Yeah,
guys have a
thanks,
good night.
guys. Good night.
Bye.
All right, man.